Good evening, guys. It is time for another casual Q&A. I am just sitting here in my office with my teeny tiny little Iodine, who you cannot see because she's doing some little office work down here. Isn't she so cute? Oh, I love her so much. You're a bit smelly today, though. Why are you so smelly? You smell like bad cheese. All the small animals have woken up particularly early this evening, I think because the temperature is starting to rise. It is a rather typical May day today of 30 degrees Celsius, which is about 86 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not as hot as it could be, but it's getting there. Over the next couple of months, this entire island will gradually get more and more naked. Just the way things go here. Before we dive into the Q&A, I'm going to pop Iodine back into her cage because she's getting a little bit agitated. World's sexiest trousers. I refuse to apologize for these trousers. They are comfortable, they are breathable, they are perfect for the summer. Don't even care if you hate them. I opened up the Q&A a couple of hours ago. There are now over 160 questions. We're not going to get through all of these. Maybe a stupid question, but should hamsters drink water from the tap or filtered/bottled water? The water where I live is considered hard water and it has more minerals and fluoride in it than other areas. I'm just not sure if that's okay or not. I feel like this question is one that may need to be taken to the hamster forums because I'm not 100% sure. However, I would say if you are concerned about the safety of your water and your pets drinking it, just go the safe route, better safe than sorry, and use filtered or bottled water. Will you be getting a group of dwarfs for the Billy XL? Well, that was the original plan many months ago when we first started making plans, but things have changed considerably since then, and my current plan is actually to move Osmium into the Billy XL, because I was going to do a natural setup for her. Anyway, the Billy XL is a great cage for doing natural setups in. It looks fantastic when it's set up naturally. I'm also going to be expanding the lid so she can have more height in there as well. So no, dwarf group plans are being put on hold for now because of course the only free cages I will have will be the 2 lower test tube cages, and I don't personally feel comfortable putting anything more than a single dwarf hamster into those cages. That doesn't mean I'm getting extra dwarfs. I am going to be leaving those empty for the foreseeable future. Why have you decided to stick with keeping hamsters? That's an interesting one. I've not really thought about that. I mean, I guess it's just the same as why you keep any other pet consistently, because you enjoy having that pet. There's not really a deep or complicated answer to it. I just like having hamsters around. That's it. How do you keep a rodent cool as the weather gets warmer? This is a perfectly timed question as I'm slowly cooking in my own juices. I actually have a video on how I keep my hamsters cool. I have a couple of different videos on keeping hamsters cool, or keeping rodents in general cool in warmer weather, along with how to spot heat stress, what to do if your hamster or other animal gets heat stress. I think there's actually a whole playlist on how to take care of them in warm weather, and I think I'll be adding some extra things to that this year as well. So go onto my channel, go into the playlist menu, and you should be able to find it in there somewhere. Have you ever got rid of an animal, and if so, what's the reason? Ooh. Yeah, kind of. It's not getting rid of. Getting rid of sounds like you don't want it anymore and you're trying to get it out of your life. There was a point where I had several hamsters and I had to actually rehome all of them because of, well, I'll explain the full thing. For those who don't know, several years back I moved to the UK to do some extra studies, to get some extra grades and qualifications and things, and I was there for I think about 3 years, and I intended to be there a little bit longer, which is why I still had pets. I didn't get them thinking, well, I'm going to be moving back soon and then I'll just rehome them. That obviously was not the intention. I expected to have them for their whole life. But unfortunately, around the 3-year marker, or before that, in fact, my health declined dramatically and it got to the point where I just couldn't stay in the UK anymore. I had to come back home to Cyprus. And so unfortunately, I didn't have really any choice. I had to rehome the hamsters that I had. They all went to, I believe it was 3 different people that I knew. One was a family member, the other 2 were close friends. They were all people that already had hamsters. I knew took really good care of the hamsters they had, and I knew that my hamsters were going to be taken very well care of with them. And they all were. They have obviously since then died out because this was many years ago, but they lived very happy, very long lives. They were well taken care of by these people, and I'm so thankful that they were able to take them because I don't know what I would have done. How old are you? I am just over a week away from being 24 years old. Yay. Do hamsters have to have a sand bath, or is it an option? It's definitely optional. You don't have to provide it. If you're not able to, don't feel bad about that. It's just one of those things where if you can provide it, that's fantastic. And a lot of hamsters do enjoy it. Some ignore it completely. Iodine ignores it. I think all of my past Syrians have ignored sand baths. I'm not sure what that's about, but my dwarfs love them. I know you're probably not looking for a rabbit, but if one came your way, would you adopt it? This is a great question. No, I would not. If there is one thing Dan and I learned from having Jack and Candy, it's that rabbits are not good pets for us. We absolutely love those rabbits. We did everything in our power to take the best possible care of them. They had so much. They were spoiled. Absolutely adored them. And I mean, Candy was very old when she passed away. Jack was unfortunately very young. And losing him was devastating. Absolutely heartbreaking. And even to this day, it's a little touchy for me to talk about him because it was really hard to deal with. But after having rabbits, I would never do it again. Never, ever, ever do it again. They are so much hard work. They are far more hard work than the animals that we have. We currently have 2 dogs, one of them being a very big, very boisterous puppy, and those 2 dogs together are less work than the rabbits were. Seriously, rabbits are a lot of work. How long roughly does it take to tame a hamster? There is no answer to this. This varies from hamster to hamster. Some will come to you immediately tame, others may take a couple of days, some may take a few weeks, some may take months, and some take years, and others may never actually be tame. Unfortunately, there's no way of you being able to predict how long it's going to take. You just have to put in all the effort you can, you have to work really hard at it, and you just have to hope that effort pays off sooner rather than later. Do you have a special thing you do for someone's birthday? So in my family, we actually have a weird tradition. When I was growing up, it was me, my sister, and my mum, and we've just sort of been this very close group. I do have other siblings, but the 3 of us were very, very close growing up, and for a long time it was just the 3 of us. And so we kind of came up with quite a lot of weird rituals and traditions. And for birthdays, our common tradition is that everyone else wakes up very early in the morning before the birthday person has woken up, and they fill the house with balloons. You put balloons on every wall, on every door handle, on the front door, you cover the floor in them, balloons everywhere. And you got to put up the birthday banners and all of that stuff, and you've got to have the traditional birthday breakfast, which I don't even know how this came about. Birthday breakfast is pain au chocolat from the bakery, which in Cyprus we have 24-hour bakeries. Just fun little fact there. We get pastry all day, all year round, and a teeny tiny carton of chocolate milk. Because why not? I want to buy a couple of hamsters. Is it okay if I get a Syrian with a winter white? There is no clarification of whether you mean getting 2 hamsters at the same time that you know need to live separate, or whether you intend to have them together. But no, they cannot live together. 2 things. First of all, Syrians, solitary, completely solitary, must live on their own. Once they reach adulthood, that is it. Solitary. I hate the number of people who I deal with every single week who are like, mine aren't solitary, they're friends with each other. No, they're not. Yours are not an exception. Stop doing that to them. Not only are Syrians solitary animals, but you can't keep different species of hamster together. Anyway, you can't keep a winter white with a Campbell's, you can't keep a Campbell's with a Roborovski, you can't keep a Roborovski with a winter white, you can't keep any of those combinations. This is a very common misconception people make, that because they are dwarf hamsters, because dwarf hamsters are social, that these 3 are all social with each other. They are not. They are only social within their own species. So winter whites with winter whites, Campbell's with Campbell's, Roborovskis with Roborovskis. So if you are going to keep pairs or groups of dwarf hamsters, they have to be not only the same species, but also the same sex as well. I feel like that one shouldn't have to be said, unfortunately it does. Getting back to answering that question though, obviously, as mentioned, you wouldn't be able to have a Syrian living with a winter white. Someone is going to die in that situation. But if you wanted to get a Syrian at the same time as a winter white, and obviously keep them separate in separate cages, away from each other, all that stuff, that would be perfectly fine. If you feel capable of doing that, that is totally up to you. Some people do get more than 1 hamster at the same time. I have got Osmium and Sulfur at the same time. And if you feel you're capable of handling that situation, go for it. How do you keep your dogs busy during the day when you're busy or not around? And what would you recommend is a good healthy treat for dogs? So usually in the day, if I'm busy, it's because I'm busy with the dogs. I, as a YouTuber, of course, work from home. I spend pretty much my entire life in my apartment. My life, it doesn't totally revolve around my animals, but obviously I have responsibilities with them. I have to take care of them. A lot of my time is spent with them. So I don't have to worry too much about being away. Obviously there are times where I go out, go to town or go out with Dan or things like that. And in those cases they have a lot of toys. They have each other. I don't really have to worry because they are, keeping each other busy. And that seems to work for both of them. Obviously, there's the usual stuff of making sure that they are walked regularly and exercised regularly to get all that extra energy out of them. But yeah, it's not an issue I really run into. As for healthy treats, this is a rule that pretty much goes for most pets. If you can get something that is as natural and as unprocessed as possible, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a pretty decent treat for them. Obviously, you want to make sure you're not feeding something that is known to be dangerous. That would be silly. But you can give them vegetables, you can give them raw or cooked meat, as long as it's cooked just plain and simple, like, boiled in water, something like that, no extra seasoning or anything. Just natural, unprocessed foods. This is so weird. I get comments like this so often, and I'm always surprised when I do, despite how often I get them. Can we see your bunnies more? Can you do an updated bunny routine? I don't have rabbits anymore, guys. I haven't had rabbits for years. It was 2015 when they died. Long time ago. And I'm never getting rabbits again. So, no. Are you single? Are you trying to date me? I am not single. I have been with Dan for 8 years now. And I know there are some people who apparently think that he's my brother or just my friend. No. Can you see yourself ever having a short-haired Syrian in the future? Iodine was supposed to be a short-haired Syrian. I tried. I went in. I was like, short-haired, Iodine. I will try next time to get a short-haired. I promise. I will try very hard because I want one. I do. I have an addiction to long-haired Syrians. They're just so lovely. They're so fluffy. What is your dream job? This right here. What I am doing right now. I never dreamed of doing this. This wasn't a thing when I was a kid. This wasn't something you could aspire to. YouTube didn't even exist. But this right here is amazing. It's awesome. I could never imagine having so much fun, being part of such an awesome community, having so much creative control over my work as well, not having to listen to a boss person anymore shouting out, because I've had real jobs in the past. I've had proper jobs and they're not fun. I hate proper jobs. This is amazing. I love this. So thank you for everyone who continues to watch and support my channel, because I wouldn't be able to do this without every single one of you. You're amazing. And I kind of love you. Have you ever had a hamster scream at you? Yes, I absolutely have. I'm sure more than one hamster screamed at me, but the one that I remember definitely 100% did was Pippi. Pippi had a lot of neurological problems. She had a lot of health problems in general, and she was interesting to deal with. She was an interesting experience, but yeah, she used to scream a lot. What are those black bald spots on Syrian hips? Those are their scent glands, and you don't usually see them on my Syrians because my Syrians are long-haired and that usually covers them over, but on short-haired Syrians they're much more obvious, and these are perfectly normal, perfectly healthy, not something you have to worry about. They're just a part of the body where the hamster secretes their, we shall call it scent fluid, from their juices, and they rub themselves all over things, and that's how they mark their territory. So yeah, just scent glands. Have you ever had mean comments directed towards your hamster? I see somebody doesn't follow me on Twitter. No, absolutely not. Never, ever get hate comments of any kind. Mean, nasty, horrible comments. Nope, I don't. And if I did, I certainly would never reply to any at all, ever. I would never go down to that level or laugh at them. How do you style your hair? Mine never stays up. What are your secrets? My secret is that I have naturally very thick hair. Unfortunately, if you don't have thick hair, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get the anti-grav look. I'll be honest, it's looking mega flat today. I mean, look at that. It's just, yeah, I didn't style it properly, and I regret this. I regret my decision. Interesting that you should ask this though, because I do have a deleted scene from my previous vlog of me doing the second half of my hair. So first of all, I obviously wash it in the shower, and then usually I put mousse in it and I dry it upside down, and it looks ridiculous when I dry it upside down. I then straighten the ends of it because I have naturally very, very, very curly hair, which is also part of the reason I use the mousse. Helps to tame it, calm it down, stop it being frizzy. Then it's just kind of weird and wavy, so I straighten it so there's no more waves in it. And then I get to this point, which I'll put on screen now, where my hair looks ridiculous and you know, strange and flat. And then I just put loads of cheap gel in it and hairspray, and that's it. That's it. That's literally it. Mousse, cheap gel, Stronghold hairspray. Nothing special. I'm just lucky enough that I have hair that does this. I can't believe it took me so many years to find my style. I love my hair. I really do. I love it. I know some people hate it, and those people can go sit in the corner and eat plums because it's awesome. And long hair looked horrendous on me. I look back at my old videos where I've got long hair, I look like I'm wearing a bad wig. Why haven't you been posting as frequently? Yes, it's true. I have only been posting about one video a week for the last couple of months. That's partly because I've been busy with a lot of other things. You know, I have a puppy that requires a lot of care. I have a mouse which requires a lot of attention. I have, you know, my hamsters that get up at night and I have to spend time with, cats and all that. I have things to take care of. I've got a home to take care of. I've got my own stuff to take care of in my own life. But also because my health for the last year-ish, almost a year, has been very rocky again. So that has caused a lot of issues for me. I think I've been doing pretty well though, because it's only really in the last few months that I've kind of allowed it to affect my work. You know, up until then I feel like I was doing quite a good job of keeping to my schedule of 2 to 3 videos a week, but then it just got to a point where I was like, no, I need to cut back a little bit, at least for a little while. Obviously though, this is one of my responsibilities too. This is my job. I have not only a responsibility to work in order to pay my bills and feed my animals, but also to you guys, because you know, you expect videos from me, and that's perfectly reasonable to expect at least one video a week from me. So I really don't, I feel like as long as you can get to your computer and do things, you have to work. Like you have to make videos even when your health is bad, even when you have trouble with health issues. I would never excuse myself to just, you know, disappear and not make videos for weeks on end. I don't think that's right. So I have been making a point of trying to put out a video every single week. It's not always easy, but I've done quite well, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting a bit more of a handle on things, and I think I'm going to be able to go back to my older schedule. I'm gonna do this very slowly so I don't sort of overwhelm myself, but I'm going to start trying to post 2 videos a week for a little while now, and hopefully by the summertime we'll be back to 2 to 3 videos a week. We're going to try, but at the very least I promise you guys I will always, no matter what, even if I end up in the hospital, I will try and put out 1 video every single week. Because, you know, this is what I do. This is my job. This is my responsibility. I have a responsibility to you guys. I have a responsibility to myself. I've not worked at this for 7 years to just give up every time my health problems cause issues for me. So, you know, I'm sorry. I am very sorry that things have dropped down. But hopefully it's understandable, and I hope you guys can appreciate that I am trying. How are you able to be so confident on camera? You look so natural in your videos. It's crazy. Jump cuts help a lot. I make a lot of mistakes in my videos. These are a lot easier to do, these Q&As and stuff, because I get to be more casual, and it's okay for me to stumble over my words and make mistakes and repeat myself a little bit. When I'm doing my actual care videos though, I want those to be a bit more professional, because they don't just get seen by the community, they get seen by people who don't watch my videos regularly. So those videos can be a little more difficult for me because I'm far more self-conscious about the way I'm presenting myself. But yeah, it's really just a case of lots and lots of practice. I mean, I have over 700 videos that are public, but in total I have over 900 videos on my channel. So I've had a lot of practice doing this. I would be absolutely awful if you met me in real life. I'm petrified of people. Humans are terrifying, genuinely. But on camera, I've got so used to doing this now, to talking to the camera. As long as there's no one else around to judge me talking to myself, then I'm perfectly fine doing it. Also, I just think natural aging helps as well. I mean, when I started this channel, I was 17. I'm going to be 24 soon. You naturally do get more confidence as you age, just because you have to just participate in regular life. So that helps a lot as well. But yeah, lots and lots of practice. If you're someone who's having trouble being confident on camera, just go and check out some of my stuff from like 2011, 2012. and you'll see what I used to be like. You will hear the high-pitched voice of somebody who doesn't know how to act on camera. My voice was really high and whispery as well. I'm not sure what that was all about. Anywho, let's bring this video to an end because it's gone on a little bit, and I hope I found enough B-roll footage so that you're not just staring at my face this entire time and you at least get to see the pets doing fun things. Hopefully that will be the case. Well, my screen has just gone dark now because I've run out of space on my memory card, but my microphone is still recording. So I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye in this less conventional way. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can also share this video with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!